Hello, you're watching New Day, plus or minus 60s New Day, and I think it's a great day. And I really enjoyed the sunshine and blue skies when we have it.
Yeah, we had some.
You know, we had some here recently, so we're thanking God and praising God for that, as well as for the rain and the snow, because you know what? It kills off some of the bad bugs when we get so much cold weather in the wintertime. So there is purpose in planting and everything that is seasonal for us. But anyway, our special guest on this edition of New Day is Reverend Dr. Jerry Hart, and he's from the Alliance Friends Church, does a lot of work there, and also his wife, Carla Hart, who is a former, she's a retired OBGYN nurse who now likes to really explore, I guess that's a good word to use, essential oils and see how they relate to our lives, how they can improve it, how they can help us, how healthy they are for us. And we're going to be talking about some other things that aren't so healthy, but it's all about health in 2026, and that should be a prime motivator for all of us to look at and try to do better, because what we do today affects us tomorrow and even further on down the road. So right now, Pastor Eugene Cupp has a scripture reading, and then we have a song, and we'll be right back with Jerry and Carla and Richard.
Our scripture today is coming from the book of Psalms 103, verses 2 and 3. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. Amen.
Because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you. Because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, you're my Prince of Peace. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are.
You are. All right, love that song. It's one of my favorites, Richard.
It is.
Golly,
You
one of my
finally found a
favorites.
favorite.
Yeah, one of.
That's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
That's like every song that's ever sung in Christianity. You like them all.
You know, well, yeah, I do, because they
'Cause
all
they
have
talk
a
about
message.
Jesus
They
and
have a
stuff.
message, and we want to lift that name on high. And you know, God rewards us. He gives us favor when we can honestly worship Him through music and every other means that He's provided for that. And we just don't take advantage of it. I wish there was a way to get it to other people, the knowledge, you know, that we can share. But one way is through this program.
Yeah.
And if,
We've
if
done it
you,
for what, 43 years? I'm not
43
43rd
years.
year.
And you know, there hasn't been a dull minute yet. And we have enjoyed our time with fellow Christians and people who've come to share on the program. People actually literally take time to come, and they don't get paid to do it, to share their stories, to help someone else along the way. And so, you know, it does take a budget to operate a building and have cameras and sound equipment and lights and everything you need to do something like what we do here. So we invite you to sow a seed into this ministry or become a partner if you can. It would certainly appreciate. We need partners, and let this year, it's been so bad since COVID that we really either need to quit or to do better. And I prefer to do better. And I know everyone else does too. So Jerry and Carla Hart are with us today, and you know, we just come through some holidays, and during those holidays, everything is presented to us, from decorations to, you name it, food, parties, get-together, gatherings, dinners, beginning with Thanksgiving and going, and maybe you're even blessed enough to attend a Friendsgiving, which is before Thanksgiving. But anyway, we have a tendency to pick up and eat things that we don't eat the rest of the time of the year. Maybe we prevent ourselves, but we let ourselves go. Let's talk about this. Is that
talk about
okay?
it.
All right, Jerry and Carla, you have something to say about that, I'm sure.
Well, you know, there is no condemnation to those that love God. So we're not
Right.
condemning, we're just telling you,
Better way,
Be
better way.
healthy.
Yeah, better way.
Being healthy, all throughout the Bible, God's will is not for us to be sick.
Right.
God's will is for us to be healthy, and throughout the whole Bible, it tells us ways to stay healthy. But they say, well, that was for the people back then. Well, no, that's ultimate health for today. So one thing that used to really bug, well, still does bug me, having ham on Christmas. The birth of a Jew, and we have ham. That just never
And
made
Easter.
sense to me.
And
Pardon?
Easter.
And Easter.
Yeah, right,
Oh,
right.
okay. So
well, I used to work at Sugardale, and that was my job to put hams out. And
Right.
so
Squirt
we
'em
didn't
up
care
with
when they sold it. We wanted to just sell
Water.
them, so we had a job.
Right. And
You had to pack
ham-
them full of water too, didn't you?
Yes,
yes.
Yeah, I could tell you about that, but we won't talk about
Yeah.
all the sodium
Well-
and good stuff in there.
Sometimes
tell you about the other,
there
though.
are physical things that cause us to gain weight. Sometimes it's just our eating habits. During the seminar I'll be having on January 31st at the Friends Church in Alliance, we'll be discussing these things in a little more detail, but I just want to cover some of the things why we gain weight. And some of them are not our fault, which is interesting, like processed foods. They process it to the point there's no nutrition, and then they try to inject something in there that's halfway nutritional. But what they inject in there is not natural, it's chemical based,
That's
and
right.
our bodies can't handle that.
That's right.
So it throws everything off in our body, and we end up gaining weight. I think the people in the United States since the 30s are starving to death. They are eating, they are gaining weight, and they are starving to death because they lack nutrition. One of the reasons that we gain weight, a physical reason, is our thyroid. If our thyroid does not produce a thyroid stimulating hormone that stimulates everything else in our body, then we gain weight because our metabolism is affected by the thyroid. Lack of sleep. People don't get enough sleep. We should get between 6 and 8 hours a night. When I was in the Army, forget the 6 or 8 hours, I was lucky to get 3 to 4. And I struggled with weight all the time because I didn't get enough sleep. It's when we sleep that our body repairs itself. Menopause. It is one thing that happens. I think men go through menopause, but it's not called menopause.
It's called Papa Pause.
It's Papa pause. Women's hormones begin to adjust, and the imbalance of the hormones cause weight gain. So what we do, we balance the hormones, and the weight gain balances out. The same way with
back
men.
up. Say
Yep.
that one more time. Let's be clear. Everybody
Okay.
listen up now, because this is important, all right?
During menopause, the hormones become unbalanced. There's too much estrogen or too little estrogen.
Can I interrupt here?
Go
And it's
right
not,
ahead.
It's not my my estrogen or your estrogen that's the problem. It's the fake estrogens that have been introduced to our bodies. So we're not the problem, ladies. And men,
Soybeans,
when you go through
somebody said.
yours, you're not the problem. It's the stuff that he was talking about previously, the toxins and stuff from what we're eating that gets our bodies off balance.
Really? Really?
Right.
Yeah.
And it messes up the hormones, progesterone. And is one thing that needs to be balanced as the estrogen decreases after 40 for women, then the progesterone also decreases. Well, sometimes the progesterone gets lower than the estrogen, and they are both low, so we need to increase progesterone in order to balance the estrogen. And the thyroid is the main organ in the body that helps control this.
Not a drug.
And it's
Not the
it's
drugs.
not a
We-
drug, not Synthroid, but it's TSH that the thyroid produces. Sometimes the thyroid won't produce because pituitary has gone to sleep and not sending enough iodine to stimulate the thyroid.
There we go with the
Okay.
leg bone and the hip bone.
I'm going to butt in again.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not.
see-
When I mentioned not the hormones, he took it a different direction, which is good. But we've heard of the drugs, progesterone drugs or estrogen drugs.
Not being good, right?
They've
Cause cancer.
many have taken it, and they can have terrible adverse side effects. And there's some studies that, through the study, they stopped the study short because so many people were getting cancer from them. So it's not, again, it's not our progesterone and estrogen, but those that
Are fake.
have taken medication. Some seem to do fine
Chemical.
with it, the chemicals to up the progesterone or estrogen, and some of them are, put it together. They tried that. So if you're, just prayerfully consider, those things when you have options to make.
Okay,
Everything comes in balance,
I
right,
wanted to-
by adding all of this
The drugs do the
chemical.
same thing we talked about before. It's fake. It fakes out the body.
Yeah. I wanted to clarify one thing because, you talked about progesterone is not a natural. I mean, what they give you
We
is
have
not a
natural.
natural. We do have natural. But, Jerry, the difference between biological medication and a non-biological. A biological is a chemical, is that correct? A biological medication is a chemical medication?
Yes.
We're getting off of where you
thinking
wanted
of-
to be.
That's okay.
Biologics is a chemical. Now, our body works biologically, so that's the natural stuff. So when somebody says they are taking biologics, I tend to wonder, is it chemically based or is it nutritionally based?
They use some of these words that make us think it's natural.
Yeah.
Bioavailable, bioidentical hormones. There's nothing natural about them, as I
No,
understand.
a lot of the biologicals are used for people with rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia and things. I mean, other things too, obviously. But I just wanted to clarify that because I
Sure.
think
Yeah,
there's
and
a lot
someone
of
who
confusion.
said it, may have been Jerry
when
that
you-
said it, that we think we can improve on God.
The whole pharma thing on TV with all of these ads, you just
Yeah.
kind of can't take it all in. There's so
Right.
many pharmaceuticals
They
out
tell
there.
you, though, they tell you about a
All
certain
the side
thing that'll
effects.
help this, but let me tell you, it could cause blindness, it could numb your brain, it could cause cancer.
And
It's
death.
by right about there, I say, I don't want anything that I'm gonna, it's like Russian roulette.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
is.
Okay.
okay,
It
I'm
is.
still alive. Whoop. And one of these days, boom.
Yeah, right. Okay, Jerry, do you remember where you were when?
No,
I sure do. Diabetes causes weight gain, but what causes diabetes? It's glucagon, which is a hormone produced in the body to help balance sugar. So glucagon and insulin, glucagon tells the liver to produce a hormone that stimulates the pancreas to produce insulin. And if our blood sugar gets too low, then it takes the fat or the carbohydrates stored in the fat to send it to the liver to break it down into glucose so our bodies can use it for energy. Carbohydrates isn't the problem. Diabetes is not the problem. It's the thyroid sending messages to the rest of the body to produce hormones in order to make the body work. And glucagon is one of those hormones that help control sugar. So we keep going back, okay, what's the root cause? It could be the pituitary not sending enough iodine to stimulate the thyroid, which produces thyroid stimulating hormone to the rest of the body so the body can be in balance.
There'll be a test later.
We're afraid of that. But you know what I know? I want to say one point here. Jerry has a point to all of this, too.
Yeah.
And there are natural substitutes
Yes.
to take rather than the chemical kind that do harm to other parts of the body. And so he'll be talking about all of this, and I just wanted to inject that
There's a
right now
point.
because, and I wanted to say one more thing, too, about the seminars, and so I make it perfectly clear. There is just a $5 donation request for the materials, the paperwork that he passes out, but he does not charge. And his seminar is going to be held at the Alliance Friends Church. The subject matter is holiday weight and how to get it out, how to get rid of it. And that's January 31st, Saturday, January 31st, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The time goes fast. And you can bring your coffee or your drinks. It's very casual, and you can ask questions, and it's a friendly atmosphere, very good fellowship. And I just want to make sure that people know and understand. I would like to see a record turnout for you, Jerry, at these seminars because I feel they're important. But now let's
Yeah,
continue.
Bring your
Yeah, we
cake, your
have-
cookies, your ice cream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't forget
Bring
all
your
that.
sweets with you, and I'll make you feel
I'll make
guilty,
a
and you
bag
won't
for
eat them.
yourselves and we'll-
And another thing, a big thing, why we gain weight, and this is a choice that we all have to make, is exercise. How much walking do we? Well, I do 10,000 steps between the living room and the kitchen. You're going back and forth a whole lot to get 10,000 steps. We need exercise. You can sit in a chair and just lift your legs up and down,
Yeah.
move your arms back and forth, bend down, come back up. All of that is considered exercise, which makes the blood flow through the body, improves circulation, and burns calories. Did you know you burn calories when you're sleeping?
No.
Because it takes energy to repair the body. So you burn calories when you're sleeping. That doesn't mean you eat 1,000 calories right before you go to bed. Okay.
But when you wake up, you eat the break fast.
Oh, right.
You have the break.
And fasting, now that you brought that up, fasting is so important.
Yes, it is.
Because we fast when we go to bed. If we sleep that 6 to 8 hours, we have fasted, no food, no drink, for 6 to 8 hours. That's why they call it breakfast, because we are breaking our fast. That's why it's important when you get up in the morning, you break the fast with a glass of water.
Yeah.
You don't need to eat, you need a glass of water.
True.
It doesn't matter how big the glass is, Jim, thank you. But we need a glass of water. What that does, that causes the metabolism to get started. Then if you want a cup of coffee, drink a cup, maybe two, because it stimulates the body, increases metabolism, and actually helps reduce weight. But it's all the other junk we eat during the day that goes against that.
And a lot of times we don't even realize that we're eating them. Instead of taking a handful of cherries or nuts or something like that, we reach for a piece of chocolate or maybe
sure.
an ice cream bar or a popsicle or something like that, you know.
Flesh
that
is
might,
flesh.
Yeah, flesh is
Yep.
flesh. So,
There
and
are
we think, well, a little bit won't matter, but
Right, right. You can have a piece of pie once in a while.
Yeah.
During Thanksgiving to New Year's, we eat all kind of sweets, all kind of junk food. Oh, it tastes so good. Believe me, I do too. But come January, I know I've got to get back on track. I have to reset my body.
Yeah.
And it is so important to do that.
yep, baklava.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a break here and
That's about
tell
the worst of the
you,
worst, isn't it?
tell you about
Not quite, it's honey.
some of our friends that's helped us out. You asked for help.
Yeah,
And so
I like
Pastor
that.
Bruce Fry said, hey, I'll start off with a gift of $10 to the ministry. I have Cindy, who you'll talk to if you give us a call at 330-875-7181. She's given a gift of $25. And I also have no-name friends that said, Richard, do we know how you are? Don't say our name. I said, okay. I almost said it. See how that works? But they said they want to give a gift today of $100. So
Praise
thank
God.
you
Well, thank
so
you.
very, very much. Hey, Marge, I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to tell you what. Anybody that gives a gift of $100, I'll make a photo or a picture of someone in your family.
Well, I hope you get real busy, Richard.
Well, yeah, but that's what we'll do. And like
That
this
was
was a picture of Denny and Marge at my son's reception.
How long's
back
he been
on
married?
9, 10, 11, 15 years this year. And I said, wow, that seems like yesterday I did that wedding. So if I live another 15 years, I'll be 90-some years, 96 years old.
Wow.
But anyhow, that's all right. We're not talking about that. If you, when you're old, you go off on trails. But anyhow, you have a picture that you want done. Marge gave me one today that we're going to do some surprising to her grandbabies. Look at that shot. Now, they were just sitting at a table.
Actually, I was on Denny's lap, and we were sitting at a table. And
I don't know. I have to look at that picture again. I don't think he was on his lap.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you both had your own chair.
Okay, well,
And
good.
we didn't have, we had enough for chairs for the reception. But anyhow, and I was able to come up with
I'll
this,
tell you,
which blew me away.
it blew me away when I
and
saw it.
Marge
It's
just
amazing.
wrote to me about how she appreciated. So if you have somebody, you want to get them a gift, we want to stay on the air, not to talk about pictures, but to talk about Jesus and talk about your health, to keep you around, to help the church for as long as you can. So give us a call. All you have to do is drop me a picture, and I'll take it from there. You just tell me what you want that picture to do. We have, I just asked Jesus to put his arms around Denny and Marge. And this modern age that we live in, that's what they gave me. By trial and error, I had to make it a couple times until I was happy with it. Marge is extremely happy with it. Her sisters are extremely happy with it. So we want to keep talking about Jesus and bringing forth the gospel of Jesus Christ. And if that'll give you an incentive to help us, I want to give you that incentive. Because I think
Well, I
it's
hope
important.
you get real busy here, Richard, with
Yeah,
that. Because,
yeah.
you
You
know,
got a lot of bills in there.
we would like to keep the ministry going here,
would.
and we're just, you know, we struggle from time to time, and we're not, you know, all around the world like we were when we first began with the Sky Angel and everything, but we're here, and we make a place for people to come and share their testimonies about how God moved in their lives, and maybe in hopes and prayers that it would help
What a
someone
mighty
else.
God we serve.
And with people like Jerry and Carla to come and share what they know with other people to help make their lives more profitable and better, just living day to day. And, you know, people who will minister and just be there for the purpose.
Go ahead.
No, tell us about where you're having your essential oil that people can come and join and learn about
Well, we
what the
do it
oils
once a month, the second Tuesday of every month. Right now, we're meeting at Bob Evans, but if you plan to come, let me know in case it's changed. We're doing some different things right now. Just brunching oils and have a different topic. Sometimes it's hormones. You never know what our topic is going to be.
and how
then-
they affect your lives,
Right.
the essential
Right now,
oils.
on Thursday mornings at Alliance Friends Church through the end of February from 10:30 to noon is Healing God's Forgotten Gift. And it's basically how we can be God's conduit, not only receive his healing, but be his conduit of healing.
All right, well, we want to thank Carla and Jerry for being here. They'll be with us again on our next program. And Richard Fonte, thank you. We want to say that Jesus loves you, we love you too, and we want to be here for you. So join with us. Hit that like button on YouTube.
Thank you for joining us today for Plus or Minus 60 New Day. We trust you've enjoyed today's program. New Day is brought to you by Hazen Ministries. We are solely supported by graceful contributors like you. If you'd like to sow a seed of faith or need prayer, please reach out to us at 330-875-7181 or write to us at P.O. Box 230, Louisville, Ohio 44641 or online at hazenministries.com. Bless you, and be sure to join us again next time.